I'm pregnant. It feels so weird. I mean, I've known for a while. I can say it now. I feel like it's been quite nice keeping it a little secret. I think I'm ready to tell people. I want people to know now, so. How cute is that? I'm sorry, but I was so happy with these photos. Anyway, hello. I am with a child. I'm 14 weeks today. Still got probably like, I mean, I don't know what 6 months is in weeks. I've got 6 months to go. 6 months time, I'll probably be out here. But I don't really feel like I've got a bump right now. So I'm actually 14 weeks, and by the time this video is up, I'm sure I'll be like 15 and a half. But yeah, I don't think I've got a bump yet. I can feel it, I can feel that it's different. Like my stomach, I can feel like it's starting to change, but we're not showing yet. I feel like I could get away with it for another good few weeks, but I just wanted to tell people now. And today, I'm not just going to speak about me being pregnant, we're going to do some baking, because I thought what better way to tell people online that I'm pregnant than on a cake. I'm making a cake. It's a coffee cake. I actually baked the cake yesterday. 3-tiered coffee cake, Jane Patisserie recipe, the goat. Oh, I'm quite parched. I'm going to make a nice latte. Don't worry, I count my caffeine. There's only 50 to 100 milligrams of caffeine in a quarter of this bad boy, and it is to die for. So this video is obviously, by the title, going to be about me being pregnant. I'm going to talk about how I found it so far, how I'm feeling. I'm 24. I'm going to talk about my life, because basically I live at home with my parents at the moment. So there's a lot going on in order to not be living at home with my parents when this little bean, who actually is the size of an apple. An apple! An apple! There's an apple inside of me. Crazy! There's a lot going on, so I'm just going to talk about it in this video. But first, I'm going to show you the coffee cake. We're going to make the coffee cake because I basically have to do the coffee cake before... Oh, no one else knows yet, by the way. I've told the camera before I told. Actually, my mum knows. That is a lie. My mum knows, my boyfriend knows, and the people at the NHS know. But other than that, no one knows. Apart from the camera. When you find out, all my family will know. That's a whole other story. I'm going to tell my dad this weekend because we're telling lots of people. I have to keep checking my shoulders to make sure no one's coming in. We're telling lots of people, and that starts with tomorrow. We're telling my boyfriend's brothers. Me and Elliot are both the youngest in our families. Elliot will be the first of his brothers to have a baby. I will not, but my sister is 28 and she has a 3-month-old. And I don't think she will think, like, no one knows. This is why, like, it's very unexpected. It's not, by the way, it was planned. I can speak about that as well, if you like, because I'm aware I feel like I'm quite young to be doing this. I do feel like a child myself. So then I'm like, oh my God, I'm a child looking after a child. But I'm not, I'm 24. I've got this. As soon as I've moved into my own house, I can do this. I am rambling. This is an iced coffee. It's delightful. Oh my goodness. If you, I mean, you probably do live near an Aldi. Everyone realistically lives near an Aldi these days. White chocolate, frappe, iced latte. It's literally my favourite thing at the moment. I will also just say it's not felt real. It just hasn't felt real. I've not really suffered with many symptoms. So to see this the other week, I printed it out because where I went, they didn't give me a scan, but I could take one. It was the most amazing experience. Okay, cake time. This is the cake. Let me give you a close-up. It's not the best cake, I won't lie. I'm not the best decorator, but it's the thought. Well, actually, it's for myself, so is it really the thought? Da 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 da. Now that I've put this jumper on, I'm literally blending into the cake. Oh my God, that is such an exact colour replica. Wow, I should be being cute. I'm not going to cut this yet because, well, I don't want to yet. But I am going to take the writing off. I don't want anyone to find it. I think I've got all the pics that I want, so I'm going to take the writing off because I don't want to risk anyone finding it. All right, I'm gonna have to smooth it because you can literally still see it. Oh no, this is painful to do. I'm just messing up the cake. So it's the next day. My plan for today is to bake a Victoria sponge. I'm also doing carrot cake cookies, but that is aside to everything baby related and, you know, pregnancy. Oh God, I just feel so weird talking about it still. Nina, still haven't told anyone, but I'm baking this Victoria sponge. I'm gonna write grandma on it, and that is how we're gonna tell his mum tomorrow. Biscoff iced latte. Incredible. Tonight we are telling his brothers, and I don't know why I'm so nervous. I shouldn't be this nervous. I feel like I'm nervous because we've not lived together. We've spent a lot of time together. We pretty much lived together at uni. It's not the fact that we've not lived together. It's just like typical to live together for a few years, spend time together before having a baby. And I guess we're not married or anything, so it's not typical. But then again, it's 2025. Do whatever you want. If I want to have a baby before living with my boyfriend, then so be it. I feel like now is a good time to address why we've chosen to have a baby now. Not that I have to tell anyone this, but in all honesty, I just think it's great to share if you think by sharing something it might help someone, and I am happy to speak about it. I'm lucky enough to be pregnant. I'm so happy to get the chance to be pregnant. In all honesty, that is all I've ever wanted in my life, to have a family. To have someone like Elliot, oh my goodness. I'm so lucky to have him, and I think he's pretty darn lucky to have me as well, if I do say so myself. The thought of not being able to have children with him was terrifying, and I did a fertility test. It was called fertility. And I basically found out that my fertility wasn't what it should be for my age. I was apprehensive about sharing this a little bit. I know some people don't believe in those tests. I did go to the doctors. I had some doctors tell me, nah, I wouldn't really take what these tests are saying. Just do what feels right for you. Don't get pregnant because of these tests. Whereas I had other doctors telling me, yeah, I mean, your results aren't the best. The fact that also I went and I took another fertility test from a different brand. So the first brand was Fertility, and then I also did one through Boots, I think. I did have a doctor genuinely tell me, if it's something that you definitely want, you're 100% sure and you feel ready, then I wouldn't wait. And in all honesty, since I first found out about my result, I wanted one right then. I wanted one right then and there, which was about a year ago. Elliot had to come to terms with it because I didn't think he was planning on having children at that age. That's also his dream. He wants nothing more than to be a dad. So yeah, long story short, that is why I am very thankfully pregnant, because I simply could not cope with the stress, the looming fear of not being able to in the future. It was ruining my life in the sense that for months and months, that's all I thought about. I couldn't see a child on the street and not feel this like ache, which is silly because there are people out there who like, oh God, it makes me want to cry. This is weird. Yeah, no, it makes me feel silly now because I haven't struggled with my infertility, but I think I could have had I waited any longer. It took me nearly 3 months to fall pregnant, which is completely normal. And so yes, you might say, well, the test obviously wasn't right. If I hadn't taken that test, we probably would have waited a lot longer. I would have probably wanted them earlier than he would have. A relationship is compromise. I would have waited until he was ready. Because I took this test, he could see how much it was hurting me, and we are ready for children. The things we do now, like, we can do it with a child. That is why. If you want me to go into any topic deeper, then I happily will. Just leave me a comment or I can do like a whole Q&A on it. I just wanted to touch each topic briefly. On a lighter note, I did fall pregnant and I'm very grateful. Every day, like thinking about it, now I've got that picture, if I see that picture, like I beam. Again, I feel very lucky. I feel like I've had a good first trimester compared to what I hear a lot of women go through. I felt sick for about 3 to 4 weeks, like constantly, just constantly feeling sick. It was annoying, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't debilitating. I could still go about my day and I was still eating. I was eating like all my meals. They were just, I had like food aversions. So for instance, even now I don't love tea. I will have tea if I'm having biscuits and I have tea first thing in the morning. Other than that, I don't drink any tea, which if you know me, I used to drink like 15 cups of tea a day. And now tea, Ugh. And I felt super sleepy, and I'm still feeling super sleepy, in the sense that by like 8 o'clock I do get like really, I think Elliot's scared of me now. When it's past 8 he's like, oh no. Literally 2 nights ago I got into bed, it was 9:30. It was 9:30, which is late for me, and he said, Darcy, I'm going to change the sheets, and I was like, he could have cheated on me by my reaction. I was not happy. The thing is, I knew that like he was doing nothing wrong. He wanted to change his bed sheets, but I was already in bed. I was fuming. So yeah, I just get really tired at night. I'm in my 2nd trimester now, and I do feel good. I feel like myself. I haven't actually noticed any bodily changes yet. I feel like I described the other day, like I feel like a little bit at the bottom of my stomach, like it's firmer. But other than that, no, not really. I've got awful hip pain, as if there's a trapped nerve, and that happens randomly throughout the day. So that's not great. And I've also got separated abs. Like my abdominal muscles look weird. 1 second, my cake alarm is going off. My cake is nearly done, so I'm gonna actually start carrot cake cookies. I feel like I've been waffling for ages. Here we have the cake. I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna pop it in the fridge because I fear it's gonna start pouring out the edge if I don't. So I am gonna put it in the fridge, even though it does make the cake dry, but the looks for this time, and this time only, is what counts. I need it to say grandma on the top. I made carrot cake cookies, which I'm gonna absolutely smother in cream cheese frosting because I'm not sure how good these are. I mean, they do smell pretty good, but it's not anything like carrot cake, you know, like they're a bit, whoops, a bit cakey. We'll see. I'll try one maybe later, or if not, definitely tomorrow. She's a little bit wonky. Well, not a little bit wonky, just like a little bit not in center, but that's okay. You can read it. That's all that matters. Me and Elliot are going to tell the first 2 people now, which is his brother and maybe his girlfriend if she's there. I'll debrief when it's done. So this is 2 days later. I've got myself a little chai latte from Costa. And I'll tell you what, it's a spicy one. It's tasty, but it is very spicy. I like the foam. The foam is the best bit. My whole boyfriend's family knows that I'm pregnant and we're gonna have a baby. And in all honesty, I don't know why I was so nervous. I think it was like definitely nervous, excited. I had butterflies. I don't know, I was just thinking they're gonna be so shocked. I was majorly overthinking. I had nothing to worry about. I mean, I knew I had nothing to worry about. I knew they were gonna be thrilled. But I guess, I don't know, because me and Elliot are the babies of his family and my family, I was a bit more like, oh god. And because of the living situation, but we will be moved in by the time the baby comes. Everyone's reaction so far has been so lovely though. They've been so supportive, and I couldn't wish for it to go any other way. So I'm feeling very lucky. I've still got my family to tell. The weirdest thing as well, like everyone we've told so far, everyone's been shocked because they didn't think it would happen now, but no one is actually shocked because they always thought we would be the first, which I do find quite, I don't know, quite weird. And they always thought that we would have them young, which to be fair, I always knew I wanted children young. I honestly do believe in the fact that everything happens for a reason. I feel like A, it's a lovely thing to believe and it can get you through hard times, and B, I just do. It's something I do believe. Honestly, this chai latte is, it's like taking a ginger shot. It's so strong. Elliot's mum, she opened the cake tin and it said grandma, and she was like, oh, how sweet, because she thought it wasn't for her, because obviously she didn't think she was going to be a grandma. She thought it was for my mum. So she opened the cake tin and then she was like, oh, that's really nice. And then Elliot pulled out this baby photo scan and she literally screamed, ran up and down. It was so nice. It was so funny as well. I feel like now is a good time to end the video. I'm telling my dad tomorrow, my sister tomorrow, and then I'm telling the world probably the day after that. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm pretty much an open book. Thank you for watching. I'm going to enjoy this chai latte and then head off home.